Remember when I said that this part was gonna be the final part? Nigga, I lied. Part 5 is gonna be the final one. So once you're done with this one, go into part 5 and listen to the rest of that. Finally, part 4. Okay, so we start with chapter 7. They get into a huge fight. If you don't know what fight that is, watch the previous motherfucking video, nigga, and welcome. So Sakura starts to fight the imposter of Sasuke. Sasuke vs Sakura. In real life, we know who's gonna win, but this one's an imposter, so it's okay. Sakura stands a chance. So he uses his chakra cloak to grab her and choke her. This nigga actually takes some pills, right? He takes some drugs. That nigga needs his filler and shit. Takes some drugs, gets the chakra cloak, and he basically uses some of the tails to grab and choke Sakura. So this nigga nearly killed Sakura, and this nigga is just a goon, right? He uses the chakra cloaks, grabs Sakura, chokes her. She nearly fell unconscious before making an escape and beating the fake Sasuke with multiple strikes. So she escapes on time and basically barrages this guy like shit, pounds this nigga's chest to dust, right? So he falls unconscious with his eyes rolled back, so you know he actually got fucked the hell up, and his chakra cloak basically disappears because he is basically unconscious. So here's a side note that people don't know about chakra, right? So if someone is maintaining a jutsu, once they sleep, they are no longer focusing the chakra, so that's when everything disappears. So in the manga, for those people who do not know, the manga is at the point where Naruto, you know, has given his prosthetic arm to Kawaki, right? And because of that, Kawaki can actually use the prosthetic arm as long as Naruto is awake, because when Naruto uses his chakra, right, he focuses his chakra to work, then the arm can move. As long as he's not using his chakra, the arm cannot move, and that's why when he's sleeping, the arm does not work. So that is the little side note for you, right? So Sakura pounds this nigga's chest to dust. She basically tells him never to impersonate Sasuke again. Ino battles two Anbu with chakra cloaks, and Sakura and Sai manage to knock both of them out with taijutsu. They acknowledge their superb teamwork and dash towards their enemies, so they have like a little teamwork chat later on. And later on, heaps of Anbu laid scattered on the ground unconscious. So this is the scene where, like, you know, after an action sequence, you'd see all the niggas laying on the floor, you know, trying to gasp for air or some shit, like Ip Man when he fought all them 10 taekwondo niggas. So Kido and Magiri are left. They are the only ones, the final boss now, right? And Sakura magically decides in her head to lure Kido into the woods and fight him all alone, while Sai and Ino figure out how to beat Magiri. So Sakura is actually brave here, and even though, you know, her side of her weakness was shown to make her pathetic, she is actually an epic character, and you will find out why. So the plan unfolds exactly as Sakura plans, and she starts her fight with Kido, right? So he attacks her using various lightning attacks. Sakura molds her chakra into her hand and breaks them. So neither of them are winning, but that's when Kido actually takes one of his own chakra pills and he gains the chakra cloak. Now here's the thing, Kido has a lot of chakra, and that actually plays a huge role as to how the fight unfolds. So then scene switches to Ino and Sai vs Magiri, right? Magiri keeps attacking them with kunai. Ino attempts to use her mind transfer jutsu. Sai uses his drawings to attack Magiri. Magiri takes a pill and then gains a 6-tailed chakra cloak. And side note, remember, like I said, the chakra cloaks are just cloaks. They don't resemble any animal, so they don't have the fox tails or none of that shit. It's just a chakra cloak and has tails, and that's basically it, right? So his tails are able to create glowing orbs that detonate on contact. So these are like the little shock waves that Naruto created as the 4-tailed, you know, fox when Orochimaru was taunting him, something of those sorts. So Ino takes control of a passing eagle, which she uses to stab Magiri from behind with a poisoned kunai. So the cloaks are kind of inferior to the original ones. The original ones actually do protect the user when the cloak is around them. Like, say for example, during Naruto and Sasuke's fight where Sasuke used Amaterasu, Naruto blocked that using the chakra cloak. But with this one, it's inferior to the point where if Sasuke was to use Amaterasu, it would actually burn Magiri, right? So that is the weakness of the chakra cloak. Anyways, Magiri's movement slow because of the poison, allowing Sai to deliver a finishing blow to knock this nigga the fuck out. So after the fight, Kakashi and Naruto, the John Cena or the hero who is never defeated because he has plot armor, arrives with his piece of pussy Hinata, and we head back to the fight of Kido vs Sakura. So Kido's chakra cloak sprouts 9 tails. Let me explain something here, okay, side note again. So how many tails you get from the chakra cloak pills depends on how much chakra you have. The more chakra you have, the more tails appear and the more you can use, right? So that is basically a sign of how much chakra you have. Magire's one was, I believe, 6 or 7 tails, and Kido's one is a full 9 tails. So he starts beating Sakura's ass with his tails and speed. His chakra cloak turns into a version 2 form. This guy's pills are incredible to the point where they give you a version 2 form. So Sakura is sent flying deep into the forest. She quickly got up and counterattacked and landed a blow in Kido's chest, pounded this nigga's chest to dust. A crack appeared in the version 2 skin. That's how powerful Sakura's attacks are. Kido laughs and mocks Sakura's attempt before repairing the crack with its regenerative abilities. Not only does he have the version 2 form, he also has the regeneration powers of a tailed beast. So the fight resumed and Sakura started to wear down. More of Kido's attacks were landing, and Kido manages to impale Sakura with one of his tails, but then she ignores it and charges at him. Whilst the tail is, in her abdomen, she's still walking forward and running forward, charging at Kido whilst the stuff is in her. That is when she actually activated her Byakugo seal, which would obviously help her because you can't carry out such a feat without having something to heal you while you do that. So she closes in and launches a barrage of attacks on Kido, but it fails. The tail still piercing Sakura slid out of her body. Remember, this is no longer a chakra tail. This is actually a version 2 tail which impales Sakura. Now, here's something that doesn't make sense to me, right? Apparently, if you touch those forms, they actually burn, right? Like Orochimaru touched that version 2 of Naruto when he was fighting Naruto with 4 tails, and his entire body crumbled into dust. So technically, if that still applies, unless this is basically a retcon here, Sakura should be turned into dust, but I don't know, maybe her Byakugo seal saved her. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me because you would still return into dust regardless, and regeneration only happens if your cells actually multiply and heal you, but if they are turned into dust then they cannot regenerate. So therefore Sakura should have been dead based on the rules that are established in the Naruto series, but who knows, nothing happened, so I guess it's a retcon, right? So they exchange words. Sakura states she won't let Kido make any more of those drugs. She won't let him build his military company and sell those drugs to people and cause a war. She won't let him create his experiments out of Sasuke's eye. The thought of Sasuke then gives her strength, her weakness gives her strength, and she launches an all-out barrage of punches at Kido, pounding this nigga's chest. Most land. She gets repelled by Kido, then lunges at him, repeating the same process over and over again. Kido eventually starts firing orbs of light and eventually a full-scale Biju Dama at Sakura, which blows the entire forest to pieces. Remember when Naruto as a 4-tailed form fired a Biju Dama and the amount of damage it did to the forest? That is the scale of attack that Sakura managed to avoid right there. So she is lucky as hell. She should have been dead based on the first thing I said about the retcon. But anyways, Sakura manages to dodge everything and land a blow which cracks his version 2 skin like before. This time the skin was not healing. The cells that helped regenerate were dead. Sakura then goes on to explain what is happening to Kido. You know that moment where the main characters are winning and then they go ahead to explain their entire plan to the enemy so the enemy knows how to defeat them? Yeah, this is basically what Sakura does. So she goes on to explain that healing requires cells splitting, and since she's been attacking the same area on Kido's version 2 skin, all the cells in that area have divided and healed to their maximum capacity, meaning that that area won't heal anymore. She's using science here as well as explaining the weakness of Kido's version 2 form, which is, I know, it's a good explanation and all that, but I think when you're fighting someone you've discovered a weakness, you should beat them first and then explain if you want to, not explain how you're beating them so that they can forge a plan against what you just done. That's stupid. But anyway, she actually has found a weakness and Sakura is badass here. Kido's version 2 skin starts to crumble at the area Sakura had been attacking. In a fit of rage, because he knows he's losing, he loads a Biju Dama, but Sakura struck the earth underneath him that caused him to lose his balance. Now, if that was to happen, right, then the whole Biju Dama would have basically exploded like it has in the past before, but for some reason that didn't happen. So Sakura then capitalized on the whole situation of Kido being unbalanced and dealt the final blow, thus finishing Kido. So she basically managed to beat a 9-tailed beast powered motherfucker in version 2. That is what Sakura did. Sakura did that shit. So for all those people saying that Sakura is weak, no, she's not. She may have made a lot of mistakes which get on my nerves in the past, right? But in terms of fighting, she can actually handle herself. The only problem is that she did it right on time because her Byakugo seal basically ran out, and she basically nearly passed out because all of her chakra was used. So that basically marks part 4 of Sakura Hiden, and part 5 I will drop soon enough to mark the ending of Sakura Hiden, right? So that also will mark the end of my main madness, where I upload a lot on a regular basis, and from there I think I will be uploading maybe once or twice a week, and I will be covering other content in between whenever I can. So that's it. If you like the video, subscribe, hit that notification button, and wait for part 5 or other projects that I will post on this channel. With that being said, I have nothing more to say. Have a nice day and bye.